Jessica Corbin. I'm with Scrub It Up Cleaning Pros. I am the owner of Scrub It Up Cleaning Pros. We're the residential and commercial cleaner of the group. So we are family owned and operated. This is my family, and then that's me and my husband, my son SJ, Kennedy, and Chase. We have our snuggle squad, as we call them. There are two pit bulls that we have, Nova and Bella. And then we have our family is involved in our business. My son SJ kind of sits in on our business meetings and things like that we have. So he's starting to connect the dots between business and why things work. Our oldest son, Chase, he handles a lot of our technology that we have, so a lot of our social media, creating documents and things like that for us. And my daughter, Kennedy, who's 9, she will probably run our HR department at some point. With the attitude that child has, she's going places. We always joke she's either going to run a company or she's going to run a gang. It's still probably 50-50 at this point. A little bit about me. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Went to Muskingum University in Kent State. Studied speech communications. Later changed my degree to speech language pathology and audiology with an emphasis on autism. My mom would probably appreciate if I actually did something with my degree, but it's still communications. Married my husband 12 years ago in Vegas. That's a little fun fact about us. We have a lot of hobbies and things like that. We're a big football family. We're big USF fans. My daughter is a junior send-all, so every once in a while she'll go out and do cheer and stuff on the football fields or on the basketball courts. We're season ticket holders for both football and basketball. My son plays flag football. He's pretty good at that. And then as you can see, those are our kids that won the USF games. We're big on boating, water activities, kayaking, things like that. And me and my husband are also on our church security team. So how we kind of got started, we started from scratch. We started with $500 and built the company from the ground up. We started with 2 girls in St. Pete, and then we grew and we grew and we grew, and we did about $250K in our first year. We're licensed, we're assured. We're also a certified woman's owned business. When it comes to government contracts, that gets you a couple little extra bonus points, grants and things like that. So we're very proud of that. And now we're here. Now we have about 7 to 10 girls, depending on the time of year. I have an assistant. We have a beautiful office over in the Carillon Feather Sound area. We're actually going to be also opening up 3 cities, Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati, Ohio, here in the next couple months. So if you see me rocking in the corner, just know that's probably what I'm working on, and I want to pull my hair out. We have over 775 clients, and we're also award-winning. In our first year, we won one of the Nextdoor app awards for the best cleaner in St. Pete, and we were also nominated for Best in the Bay residential cleaning. What we do residential, commercial, janitorial, vacation rentals, post-construction, post-storm. So the difference kind of between those two is very similar, except post-storm, we also have the ability to do disinfecting services, which is listed next. That's where we can come in, spray everything down, kills 99% of germs in about 30 seconds, and it's all botanical based. We can do what I call project clean. So when we go into these houses that maybe not quite hoarding, but very close. We had a lady who had 12 to 20 bunnies free range in her house. Let me just tell you what was around there. Obviously stuff on the floor, there was hay, it was just a mess. So project cleans are where we have to bring our whole entire team, come in, take care of it, provide organizational services, things like that. So there's a little bit more that goes into those types of projects. We also do government contracts and multifamily. With the multifamily, we can do obviously the turn. So once the maintenance team goes in there, fixes it all up, we can go in, remove the dust, make it nice and beautiful for the next resident. We can do what's called 7-day to vacates. So if a resident has a house that is extremely dirty and it is going against the lease contract, what we can do is we can come in, clean it all up, get it back in line for the property, and then they can stay there. If they don't correct it within 7 days, they're forced to vacate. By having us come in there and take care of it, they may only spend several $100s versus several thousands of dollars moving, paying deposits, all that fun stuff, moving expenses. So that's how we can kind of come in and help them as well. But we can also do tenant-based cleaning. So a normal tenant that's there, just needs help maintaining their home, we can come in and they pay us versus the property come and pay us. We're also an approved vendor for Marriott, CBRE, Cushman & Wakefield, and Palomar Properties here in Pinellas County. This is just a brief kind of look at what our cleaners leave behind. So actually, Jack, you have a more thorough, updated copy of our checklist. My 11-year-old son actually created this with a little bit of help from mom. But this was his idea, that we should have a checklist that we leave behind, gives our clients the ability to scan the QR code and leave a review for our girls, gives them an opportunity for notes. But that way, the cleaner knows exactly what they're supposed to do, and then the client will also know what is expected of us. So it makes everybody on the same page. And the best part, hope y'all had breakfast this morning. Pictures. So this is just some of the things that we come across in these houses. This first picture is actually from a move out, and it was an eviction. The stuff on the side, those are roaches and flying objects and maggots and things like that. So that had been sitting for a little while. Normally we would just say throw the whole darn thing out and light it on fire, but we did have to clean that. The next thing was a sink. That was from a backup, kind of going in there, taking care of it, making it nice and beautiful for the client. So this bathroom, this is one that I actually personally took care of. This one has a little bit of a story. So a client calls me and says, hey, I have some soap scum. No, you don't. So he's like, I have some soap scum. Like, sure. He just needed the bathroom done. I went in there and took care of it. Got there and realized it was not soap scum. It was backup. So not only did his bathtub back up, his sink and his toilet. Do I have the toilet on here? I do not. Okay. So this was obviously the before and this was after. All I did was put extremely hot water and soap in there and it all came out. And then obviously I disinfected it and all this stuff. But believe it or not, there were actually children that lived in this house and still showered in that bathtub. And that's the sink. The toilet was equally as gross. I probably spent 4 hours in this bathroom getting it to like new, or pretty gosh darn close, about as good as it was gonna get. When I walked into this house, I instantly knew I was in for something, because I walked in the door and it literally looked like somebody had shaved their head and just dropped and left the clippers and walked away. So it was a very interesting house. Some of the best referrals for us, anybody that's moving. So if they need to have a move out clean, or maybe the clean wasn't moved in or wasn't done well enough and they want to have it done, we can also come in, disinfect, and get rid of all the germs from the previous people. Anybody that's been affected by the storms, a lot of that bacteria and sewage and stuff like that came into those people's homes. And yes, they're being remodeled and stuff like that, but that bacteria is still around. So we can come in and take care of that. Realtors, property managers, vacation rental owners, facility directors, all these are great people that I would like to be introduced to. I left everybody a sheet. It's called the BNI Trigger Sheet. So if you guys know anybody that maybe is on this list, or maybe I spoke about something that you thought, oh, that would be a good person to refer her to, please put their information down. I would love to reach out to them. And then at the end of the meeting, I can go around and collect these. Any questions? Yes. What? No, we are not. That's probably maybe something that we can definitely do. But as far as the disinfecting service that we offer, we don't offer like any certification or anything like that. It's just more of kind of just a typical normal service. Nothing. Yes, cleanup service. Anybody else?
Areas?
Yes.
What areas do you guys
Oh, yes, sorry. We service all of Pinellas County, and now we are starting to open up a little bit more since I have moved here, Lower Pasco. So Newport Richey, Port Richey, Odessa, Lutz. I probably wouldn't go any further than Lutz, but yep, and South Tampa, Oldsmar, Town and Country. What was that?
How do you give your prices out? Do you just go like, you have to come and look at the job?
Typically, I can ask enough questions that I don't typically need to. If I get some red flags that maybe it's a little dirtier than normal, then I would recommend, I hear you. Give me a second, I'm answering a question.
It sounds like, Dan, you need to set up a one-on-one with Jess.
Yes.
You have awesome people to refer to her. I love that.
Yes. Call me.